Hello and welcome to West Country Wanderings. Welcome to one of my canal series. A little bit one of a difference today because it's a collab. That there is the Thames Severn Canal, which you'll be familiar with, just outside the town of Stroud here in Gloucestershire. This opened in 1789 to connect the Midlands and Bristol to London and the South East via the two biggest rivers in the United Kingdom, namely the Thames and the Severn. A bit further along there in the town of Stroud, it joins up with the Stroudwater Navigation. Now that's what we're going to be doing today. We'll be meeting up with some other people. We'll be walking along there towards the town of Stroud and going on there. So it's a bit of a social event as well as a video as well. Interesting area this. I'm between two mills here. Hope Mill, near that, was once a famous boat builder, which I covered separately on the channel. That way, Phoenix Mill, near there, which is now a theatrical agent and also a HGV logistics company, T&S. You had Edward Bunning, who invented and built the world's first lawnmower. Yes, right here at Phoenix Mill, just outside the town of Stroud. So yes, Thames Severn Canal. Hope you can join me again here on West Country Wanderings, meeting up with some other YouTubers. Who? Well, I'll tell you in a moment. Behind me here was once an ironworks, and prior to that it was the businesses of Ebblely Company, and they built lots of boats here alongside the Thames Severn Canal. Sadly, you can't see the canal here because it's all been filmed on this section here at Brimscombe. One of the things they may or may not have built is the boat that was used in the African Queen there. What we do know is a lot of their boats were built here not for the UK but for export, primarily to South America, which just always strike me as odd. But yes, a lot of them were going up and down the Amazon. And incredible, isn't it, in South America, built right here just outside the town in Stroud and then exported out using the canal network at one time. Obviously the canal here is now under restoration once again, and hopefully for too long. Further up there, the Stroudwater Navigation will be connected up to the canal network at Saw Junction on the Gloucester and Sharpness Canal, which is a huge ship canal. Much wider than these two canals here near the town of Stroud. Now, who are we meeting today? Well, meeting up with Kim and Paul Watson, Wanderings with Watto, who live not that far away in nearby Gloucester here in Gloucestershire. But also I'll be meeting up with somebody who I've not met before but been following on YouTube for some time and also Facebook. He runs a really great channel. It's called Kevin's Rambles. And he does a channel where people get together to go for walks. So it's not just him doing the walks, there's a whole groups of them, and they do that in the area of Sussex. So I'm really excited to be meeting Kevin shortly. We're meeting up actually at the Stroud Brewery, which I've never been to before. I've walked past it on the towpath but never been inside it, so I know nothing about the Stroud Brewery other than the fact that originally it was at Wallbridge where the canal, the T&S, met up with the other canal, the Stroudwater. Anyway, let's go along and meet them in a moment. Well, as promised, I have lots of people here with me this morning. I have Mike and Teresa from Mike and Teresa Travels. So what's the name of your...
Mike and Teresa Explore.
The dog?
Riley.
Riley.
It's Riley.
Got Riley with us today as well. And Paul and Kim from Wandering with Watto, who we've met before on the channel, and a couple of people we haven't met on the channel before, and that is Kevin.
It is.
Hello,
me.
Kevin.
Hello.
And also with Steve today. Hi, Steve. So we're all following along. We're going to walk along the canal on T&S up to where it joins the Stroudwater. So let's go on the walk. So I've got Kevin with me at the moment, and we're just talking about, sorry, that's okay, yeah, fine, absolutely fine. We're just talking about YouTube, and how long has your channel been going then, Kevin?
It's about 5 years now.
Brilliant, brilliant. I know, I unfortunately, when you're a YouTuber, it's really hard to watch everyone else's YouTube videos. Absolutely. You just because you're editing your own research, doing all that stuff.
Exactly.
I do try and watch some of Kevin's. I can't watch all of them. There's just not enough time. Yep. But Kevin has a great channel because you've really got people motivated to do regular walks in the area, haven't you? Where you live in Sussex.
We also created a Facebook group, which is called the Kevin's Rambles group.
I'll put a link in the description.
Please do. And if anybody wants to join it, they're very welcome. And Excellent. From that, the suggestion was made that we started doing group walks. So we do a group walk once every month, which is on the last Sunday of the month. and we get up to about 30 people on the walk.
That's fantastic.
And we're so blessed because the group, there's no egos on the group, which is important to try and steer clear of that.
Absolutely.
But everybody is very, very friendly. And the age group ranges from, I would say, people in their mid-30s to people in their 70s, like Steve and I.
Yeah, that's excellent. That's fantastic. You've got that range, yeah.
And we've, in that period of time of having the group walks as well, we've only ever cancelled 3 walks.
That's brilliant.
Which is quite amazing.
Absolutely fantastic.
But we try and cover different areas. We go down to East Sussex, we go into Hampshire, Surrey, Sussex. So it's quite. We don't want to try and stick just to one area. No, that's because that's unfair to the people in the group.
That's right. Absolutely. Yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
What comes across, it's okay. What comes across in Kevin's videos is the camaraderie as well. It really does come across in the videos. Yeah. Everybody and you can tell people are benefiting from it.
Oh, absolutely. And people, there's from my big group, smaller groups have become more closer friends, and they do separate things together.
Yes.
It might only be going out for a cup of coffee or something like that, but that's the pleasure I get from it is the friendships that we've made. Excellent. And it's very important that we do that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Same with me, because obviously, I've done several collabs here on the channel, and I think that really is one of the very, very best thing about doing YouTube is the people that you meet along the way.
Absolutely.
And all of that, and the exchanges and online and all of that, which is probably more important than the actual creating of the videos themselves.
And creating videos is hard enough as it is.
Oh yeah, definitely. The time it takes and everything.
If people don't really,
it really
never
does.
done this.
Yes.
When it comes to you go along, you do a walk like this and you're filming, but when it comes to the editing,
absolutely,
it can take hours.
It can, absolutely, very true. Thank you very much for that, Kevin. That's brilliant.
Problem.
Thanks very much. Cheers. So first bridge we come to here on the Thames and Severn in the direction of Stroud. So I've got Kim with me here. You've just had a trip, haven't you? Was it up north? Was it Yorkshire?
Yeah, we went up to Scarborough and stayed in a lovely lodge there. And we met up with Jill and Nick. Jill, Generation Experiences and Generation Explorers.
Oh, brilliant.
And we also met up with Out and About with Andy. We met up with him as well.
Excellent.
And we went to see him. That was nice.
Yeah, thank
you.
No
problem.
Had a little wander around the beach and a little seaside town. That was lovely.
I noticed now is your other channel still going, the photography one?
Yes.
You still got?
I'd not put anything on it for a while. But what we were thinking of doing was maybe doing some midweek photo collages, maybe midweek, and putting them on the Wandering with Watto channel, because we think more people might see them that way. But I'm still keeping the other one going, but there probably just won't be as much going on there.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, I'll put a link to Kim's own channel on the description of today's video. Thanks very much, Kim. Thank you. Brilliant. Thanks.
Paul.
So we now made it to Griffin Mill, which was once the site of a gentleman called Howard Pegler, who had suffered the horrors of World War I. I'll put a link into about Howard Pegler in the description if you want to know more about that. But this site here, along with many of the locks here on the Thames and Severn, particularly Chalford and beyond, where they were lined with concrete by Gloucestershire County Council at the turn of the 20th century. It was used for swimming. This one was used for swimming during the First and Second World Wars, around about the 1930s. On the sign there, it's got a plaque of people swimming in this lock here after it was taken out of, use. It was winding down by the 1930s, wasn't it? So, it's a great lock here, which was restored in 2011, I believe, when they got National Lottery funding to restore the locks in this section between Stroud and Stroud here on the Thames Severn Canal. So now at Wallbridge Lock, also restored in 2011. It's great to see that again now. So coming into the edge of the town of Stroud now. Everybody's enjoying this, looking at the spillways there that control the levels and the patterns of the lock when the lock opens and closes. This section here you can walk up and then over the road, or you can go down the slope under the bridge, is what I'm doing, we're all doing at the moment, and then up the steps. Now I really like this bit, the other side, because the towpath runs in between both the canal and the River Froome, which was an important part of the canals and the story here of the industry of the mills in the Stroud valleys. So I've got Paul with me here. Wondering, was it really good to see you again, Paul?
Yeah, it is.
Likewise. What's been happening on your channel of late?
A few bits and pieces. We've recently been up to Yorkshire, Whitby, Bridlington, Scarborough, that kind of way. So there's a few videos from up there coming up. Excellent. We had a little break earlier in the year, but we're back at it. We're off down to our favourite place down in Devon again very shortly, next month. Down to Stoke Gabriel again.
Nice.
Those that follow us know that we always go there at least once a year. So we'll get out and about down there. But yeah, took a little break, but we're back at it and enjoying this today. Actually, it was just a little bit of a brain child. I've joined Kevin on his walks a few times. And I just thought, you know what, let's get them up here and show them a bit of our lovely area.
Brilliant.
So that's what we've done this weekend.
Idea.
And hopefully we can entice a few more of his group up for the next one.
That'd be great. I'd like to thank Paul and also obviously Kevin and Steve for coming along and for organising this collab today. It's a really good idea to show off this area. And I know the canals are really popular on my channel as well, indeed as they are on other channels, including Paul's, and I'll link to all the channels and the videos in the description today. Yeah, thanks very much for that, Paul. Brilliant. Cheers. Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got everything here, haven't you? You've got railway lines, you've got the canals, you've got the river, you've got the road system, everything. Yeah. It's lovely, it's a lovely area.
So this here is the Arundel Mill Pond, which was so named in 1795, around about the time that the T&S Canal was getting ready to open, but nobody knows why it's named after the same namesake town in Sussex. Then became part of the is it Charles Guide or Guide? They were dye makers in and around the Stroud valleys. Well, just had a very light rain shower, hence the waterproof, but the sun's coming out now, which is always the way, but it encouraged the rain to stop. We're here at Ebblely Mill, which opened I think about 15 years ago, this new section which had to be diverted because they built the bypass over on that side through one of the arches of the railway viaduct here, so we couldn't follow the line of the original route of the canal. So when they restored it, they built this section down there here at Ebblely Mill, which was a considerable amount of engineering to dig that completely new section on it. And you've got the river there with the aqueduct, Arundel Aqueduct, down that end. So it's a considerable engineering challenge, and it's good to see it fully restored. A lot of work took place here a few years ago. So we've now arrived here in the town of Stroud. Here we are at Wallbridge. This is the visitor centre. In fact, I was here doing a video the other day up there looking at Stroud's other railway station. That's what would have been the bridge over the canal here, the old Midland Line Stroud Wallbridge station. But yeah, it's a delightful walk, really enjoying this. We're just taking it very chill place. Just nice to have a chat and catch up with fellow YouTubers making this video here. So it's just a relaxed one. As I say, it's not on my normal sort of canal series, but just a gentle collab here and just soaking up the atmosphere, walking by the canal here on the Thames Severn, that's soon to be the Stroudwater Navigation. So we're now coming up to Lodgemore with the lift bridge, which was replaced about 15 years ago now, on side Lodgemore Mills, which are still working and producing textiles and cloth. So we now come round to Dubbridge Lock Lower, a bit busier here with traffic, opposite Lidl supermarket. That over there is the hydroelectric power station, which I covered in one of my secrets of the Stroudwater series here on the channel, West Country Wanderings. It'll be in my canals playlist. So we're now just leaving Cairns Cross and we've got to Hilly Orchard Bridge, which is that one over there, which is the restored one. But there's an amazing photograph of one of the Thames barges, which had actually come all the way up here with a sail on it. Not been able to get past the bridge, but I think it was more of a promotional photograph than anything else. But we're leaving Hilly Orchard now, making our way across the fields here. Delightful. There's also a little nature reserve ahead towards Ebblely Mill, which we're going to be our stop there for lunch. Coffee and wine bar overhead. This is where we're having our stop for lunchtime before we head back down towards the direction of Thrupp on the Thames Severn. This obviously is Stroudwater here. This is the only stop lock on Stroudwater, so it's not an actual lock in terms of gradients here. It's purely to close the gates off there to stop the water flow going through. And often they run boat trips from the wharf here, Ebbley, just over there. Boat's not there at the moment, but yeah, we're going to go inside and have something to eat and drink. Well, we had a great lunch there back at Ebblely Mill. Really nice place there. It's open every day, and I think it's often open till late on like Fridays and Saturdays. It was quite busy today, as you can imagine, with it being quite a nice afternoon here on a Sunday afternoon. The sun's come out again. There was a little bit of wind where it was a bit chilly, but the sun's come out again, and the rain it's gone now. It's a very pleasant day. We're heading back into Stroud. We're here back at Wallbridge again. That there is the building that was originally the headquarters of Thames Severn Canal Company. So that's good to see that there. I think it's offices these days. We're about to go under the main road and back down towards the site of the original site of Stroud Brewery. So we've got a new Milestone here to replace the original one. So we're half a mile now from Wallbridge, where T&S connects over the Stroudwater, and 28 1/4 from Inglesham, where it joins the Thames, River Thames. Here, the town of Lechlade on Thames. So we've just come away from the canal for a moment, having an impromptu stop here right by the River Froome. Lovely spot here. I think this is remains of an original mill here, so there would probably been a water mill here, take advantage of the water going past on the river. But we're just enjoying this as we make our way back to the newer, should I say, Stroud Brewery, where we're going to finish the video there and have a meal before we say our goodbyes and go our separate ways again. But really enjoying this collab here by the Thames Severn Canal in Gloucestershire. Now walking on the lower path here at Capel's Mill on the way back. That's the viaduct again on the right hand side. We've just come through that from the river through. We're going to follow it this way down till it joins up again.
That was a nice 21. Oh, 21 knots.
Well, it's great seeing that and the boat going through Perseverance through the Wallbridge lock. Don't often see narrowboats on the canal because it isn't linked to the network as yet, so it's great to see that. I really enjoyed seeing that. The other thing to mention there is that Wallbridge is one of 44 locks on the Thames Severn Canal, and each one of those locks took over 1 million bricks to build. Incredible that, isn't it? And the base of the lock there, you've got what is known as an invert, which is like an upside down arch, which keeps the walls of the lock apart so they don't pull down on each other with the weight of the boats going through. So yeah, an invert there, and 1 million bricks on each one. So yeah, 44 million bricks between here and Stroud down to Inglesham. Well, we're back at the car park. We've really enjoyed the walk. I'd like to thank Paul and Kim. Thanks very much for organising today's walk along the canal. And it was fantastic to meet both Kevin and Steve from Kevin's Rambles channel. And I'll put a link to that in. He has an excellent channel doing brilliant walks all over many Sussex and bits of Hampshire. Surrey. Yeah, so check out Kevin's channel. Just waiting for the train to go past. Always the way.
It wasn't a good train.
And it was really lovely to meet you again, Teresa, and your lovely dog as well. It's fantastic. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, so check out all the channels there. Check out the links. Really enjoyed it. Thanks everyone. Cheers now. Bye-bye. Bye. Thank you.